Hello and welcome to another AFCON 2021 show on Football Nutmeg. Today I have a host of football experts on my disposal. Hi Hamza, it's been a while. Hi John and hi Roland. You were missing in action yesterday. Can you guys hear me?
Uh, yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
while. You just left from Abuja and went back to Nigeria. It's good to see you and see you are well.
I'm still in sports. I'm still in sports.
Um, there's sound on the background, please. Can we turn the sound on the background? Okay, today we'll be looking at Group C. We'll be reviewing Group C, where you have Morocco, Ghana, Gabon, Comoros Island. This is their first debut, and then we'll also look at prediction and other news concerning football and the AFCON as well. Yesterday we looked at Group A. And no, yesterday vividly looked at Group B, and day before yesterday we looked at Group A. But today we are focusing on Group C. We know that the big match in Group C is between Morocco and Ghana, and that match I think is one of the match to watch in the tournament at this stage of at the group stage as well. Um, when you look at Morocco, Morocco is a team that is made up of young crop of players and experience as well. Remember that a certain player called Hakim Ziyech is also not going into this tournament. But look at the Moroccan team; they've won the Nations Cup they've won the Nations Cup once that was in 1976, and also since then they've been off and on. I think they've been in the finals and lost against their neighbors as well. But how do we see this Moroccan team going to this tournament with the young players and with experience as well? Remember, their captain plays for Wolves as well, Signs as well. How do we see this young Moroccan team going to this tournament with a little bit of no problem in their side? Do we see them making use of this tournament as not just as a springboard, but as a way of winning this tournament with the caliber of players they have at their disposal currently? I'll start with you, Hamza, please.
Okay, first of all, I want to say that Hakim Ziyech not being part of the team is sort of a huge loss to them. We all know that North Africans are good with their team play, and most of the time, 80% of their squad are usually home based. Uh, I wouldn't take it away from the fact that they always have cohesion, and their style of play has always been different and impressive compared to other parts of Africa. But looking at the coach that they are having, Halilovic or
Why Halilovic is
something. So,
A Romanian,
yes,
or is it a Romanian, if I'm not mistaken.
yes. So he qualified Ivory Coast and Algeria for the World Cup,
Yes,
but
exactly.
he doesn't have a good record in African soil with the previous result he has had in playing Africa. But not taking it away from the fact that he, having managed the two countries previously, this should be like a well-known competition for him to try to prove himself. But like I said before, missing out on Hakim Ziyech is something I know they will should actually regret later stage in the competition. Now, if you look at their first game against Ghana, you are talking of a Ghanaian team with a lot of experience and stars, but uh, my thinking is that, and according to everyone I've heard, that is going to be a them topping the group, or at the very least, which is going to be disappointing if they come runner up from the group. So I'm thinking if everything goes well, they should be topping the group at the end of the day.
Okay, Roland, do you think that the absence of Hakim Ziyech in the Moroccan team, current Moroccan side, will affect them going into the tournament?
Well, for me, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, well, for me, I feel North African teams are always solid and good. Morocco is no exception. They actually made their debut in the AFCON as far as back as 1972. And since then, they've been the first to be reckoned with. And also, they are the second North African team to have won the AFCON Cup of Nations after Egypt. So Hakim Ziyech not going to that tournament, I think is going to affect them because he has been a key and a big player for them alongside Ashraf Hakimi that plays for Paris Saint-Germain. But he has not had the best of season since switching from Ajax to Chelsea. But however, he just won the UEFA Champions League and also the Super Cup, so that's a big cap to his feather. But then this African football, you when you're going for such tournament, you actually expect to go with your best players because you're one of the favorites to win this tournament. So if you're not with your best players, I wonder how you're going to perform at AFCON in Cameroon. But that group that consists of Ghana, Gabon, Comoros Island, I think the group basically is between Ghana and Morocco. I expect one of them to finish first, second. I don't see Gabon and Comoros Island actually putting up a fight. But it should be an interesting group between those four teams. But I think Morocco might just win that group. Ghana will come out second because North African teams are solid as long as African football is concerned. You can look at their participation in CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation Cup. However, Egyptian teams and Tunisia teams look like the more dominant team in North Africa when compared to the likes of Algerian team, the likes of Moroccan team, where you have that FC Rabat and stuff like that. But I think this group is going to be interesting, Group C. But for me, like I said, it's between Morocco and Ghana.
Okay, okay. Please, an echo sound, a repeat sound. I don't know who is playing from YouTube, but it's a repeat sound. Can we put that repeat sound on mute, please? Okay. Back going forward, we all know that there's a certain science wolf defender who is the captain of that team. We all know that there's Hakan Hakimi as well, who plays for Paris Saint-Germain. I think the most expensive Arabian player currently playing his trade. 23 years old Hakan Hakimi. We also know that there's Yusuf El Nasiri. They have a host crop of players, young players in that team. I think Yusuf El Nasiri was the highest goal scorer for Seville last season. They also have Yusuf Bono, the Seville goalkeeper as well. Now, few of their players are playing their trade at home with Raja Casablanca, and some of them in Tunisia, and some of them in Egypt. John, do you think that with this combination of players that you have from overseas and at home as well, the Moroccan team will be formidable in this tournament, and people should be very, very wary of them?
Well, good morning to everyone. First of all, I would say I would really expect them to have a good tournament. But my problem over the past few years about the Moroccan team has been inconsistency. In the last tournament, they were expected to do very well in Egypt. Yet they were knocked out by a very, 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 very lowly ranked team. So there has been this problem, and I think that is what even got to the extent of Ziyech being dropped from this tournament for disciplinary issues. There has been a lot of sway in their focus. But generally, you expect them to have a good tournament. They are one of the powerhouses of African football. But my problem will be after the group stage, not really in the group stage. My problem will be after the group stage because I don't see that team standing the test of time after the group stage. Yes, they should have a very good tournament. Everybody is tipping them to top the group, but I'll be very surprised if they do top the group. I will expect Ghana to top that group, truly. I will expect the Ghanaians to top that group. The Ghanaians have had a lot of grit in their team recently. they are being led. They don't go about trying to make the ball fanciful. They just go up and they just go about and try to play very effective football, being led by Thomas Partey. So I'll be surprised if yes, Morocco are able to streamroll that group. I would expect Ghana to have a very high say in that group. However, for the Moroccan team, I believe now that they've been able to cut out some of the issues they have around the edges, they should be able to stand firm in that group and qualify. But where I'll be having problems with them will be when they get to the group stage. But for the group, I will expect them to qualify comfortably.
Okay, let's go over to Ghana. Ghana is being led by their captain, Andres Ayew, and also the likes of Thomas Partey, the likes of uh, the, the other Ayew brother are also in that team. They have a certain 17 years old Francois that plays his trade. I think he will be one of the sensational players to watch out for in this Cup of Nations. He's one of the most sensational, but we have to watch out for that young player. With the crop of players that the Ghanaian team have currently, do we really think that they are also a force to reckon with in this tournament, or just they will just come and show their face? They will maybe end up playing the finals and not winning it. Remember that they are four times winners of this tournament, but I think they've not really made it count for the last two finals that they had in 2008 and in 2015. So can we really say that going to this tournament, the Ghanaian team are well prepared and are well drilled? Roland.
For me, Ghana is another solid team. You made mention of that young 17-year-old that plays for AS Roma that goes by the name of Feni Felix. That Jose Mourinho actually bought him boot worth on hundreds of euros sometime last year when he scored the winner. Ghana, as we all know, I think they are the most successful West African team as long as AFCON is concerned, more successful than even Super Eagles of Nigeria because they've won the tournament 4 times. And they played the 2010 final, they lost. Then also 2015 final against Cote d'Ivoire, while we had a loss 9-8 in penalty shootout against Ivory Coast, led by Yaya Toure, Didier Sokora, and the rest of them. I think the Ghanaian team has always been solid. They've always proven that they are a good side whenever AFCON comes to play. You know, even when they made their debut in the 26 World Cup, um, that was like the beginning of something good, new. You have the likes of John Painstill, Michael Essien, and the rest of them, and they did well. Since then, they've been consistent as long as the FIFA World Cup is concerned. Now back to AFCON, I think that's Felix Afena that plays for AS Roma. He would have been one of the youngest or the bright prospects to look at in this AFCON. But of course, he's not part of it. He misses out of that squad, not because of injury, but he wasn't part of it. But you're looking at a group that consists of Morocco, Gabon, and then Comoros Islands, then Ghana. Of course, most of us from West Africa will always support Ghana because they look like our closest neighbor and we speak English, unlike Senegal that speaks French and what have you. But I think the Ghanaian team will actually do well. I want to believe they have everything working for them as long as this AFCON is concerned. Their top players are in top shape, and you expect them to go further. But I think as long as this group is concerned, it's just between them and Morocco. I don't see anybody stopping those two teams. I think Ghana will finish second, like I earlier stated. Then Morocco will win the group.
Okay, that's fine. Um, don't we think that the IU brothers, the IU brothers, they've had their time with the Black Star of Ghana, or they still have something much more to prove or to contribute to this Ghanaian team? Don't you think that the Ghanaian coach, Ragnick, should be looking ahead, ensuring that we have new crop of players. So there are still new crop of players coming in, but I just feel that the IU brothers have their time have passed in this tournament. Not to shy away from that. Yes, I know they are playing in a very good league. One in I think both of them are in England currently. But I just think that with this tournament they don't fit in. So what do we think? What do you think, Hamza? I just think that this tournament they don't. What do we think? Hamza,
Every
can you hear
coach
me?
who will be going into the Nations Cup,
Hamza, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
go ahead, please. I can hear you, please.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, I
I can
said
hear you.
first of
Go
all,
ahead.
for a coach that will be selecting players for the coach that will be selecting players for a competition like AFCON, especially in Africa and even in any other tournament in the world, you always make do with some of your experienced players, and these are players that still play week in week out for their clubs, and not very exceptional, but they are still in good form. And you expect that these are the players that other players in the squad will look up to and give them confidence going forward in the competition. Talking about Jordan Ayu and Ade Ayu, they've been in the team for so long, and they should be people like role models for others who are just joining the team. And at the same time, they are playing in Europe. You have some of the players who play in local leagues, and these are the players that will tell them that look at this is who we are playing. He doesn't play any more much of a difference from what you play here. It's just that he is lucky to be in Europe. Those are the things that you expect these kind of players to bring into the team and push them forward in the competition. So I think is a good team to have those kind of players around in the team to help them soar their teammates ahead.
Okay. Um, moving, let's just move away from the two big guns in that group and go to the two minnows in the group. Gabon. News coming in from the Gabon camp is that there are protests among the players. I don't know how true is that. We don't really know what is really coming up with that protest, but I think it's not really good for the Gabonese national team currently now. But we hope to see them in the tournament. We hope to see them in the tournament, and we hope that they are in the tournament. But with pushing aside the issues that they have in house, what are their chances in qualifying for this group? I would not say qualifying as first or second now because that would be a tall order for these teams. But I will not say they should qualify as first or second. But do we think that they will qualify because they have a certain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in that team? Do we think that they can get maybe a a third place finish or one of the best losers finish in this tournament? John, please.
All right. Actually, I wouldn't really say they will have a smooth tournament. Their hopes are usually hinged on Aubameyang, as you said, but unfortunately, their star player is having the worst of times now in England. In fact, it's coming into this Nations Cup. I don't even know how to place it.
Yeah, he has
Coming into
COVID
the
as well.
top.
He has COVID.
Come
So
down. That's what I was just about to say. It's worse enough. He's having problem on the pitch now. He's even
and
having
we don't
off
we
the
don't
pitch
think
issues.
we don't think
The-
he's going to start the first game of that tournament with this COVID that he
Definitely, it
has.
won't start. It won't start. It's likely it will be cleared of COVID 7 days after Wednesday, and that is likely going to be the day of their match. So definitely, he won't have trained with the team. But my problem is that the team is too narrow-minded. After Didier Ndong, Pierre Aubameyang, everybody just seems to play for those two. And right at the moment now, those two are
Okay, we seem to have lost John as well again.
what my
Okay, go ahead, John.
hello.
Go ahead, please.
So my thoughts would be generally that they should be able to just do their best to blend in and play the tournament and just try to play for themselves. Aubameyang can use this tournament now as a springboard. Arsenal are believing now that they can do without him. They've gone almost 5 or 6 matches winning until the Man City lost without him. So why not show the stuff you are made of? What makes a great champion is not the amount of times you fall, but the amount how high you bounce off the fall. So now that he's on the floor entirely, he should rise above those controversies and just make himself the star that we know he is. Age is not on his side. This is likely going to be maybe his last or perhaps or just penultimate AFCON is going to play. So he should just use this to just prove to the African continent that he's still the star player that we know that he is. At the end, I believe they should be able to get something. They should be able to get the win off Comoros and maybe get something out of the other 2 matches. I believe they should qualify for the quarterfinals.
Okay, what's your take, Roland, on the current state of play with the Gabonese team?
You look at that Gabon team. I think, like we've all said, the team is built around Eric Aubameyang. But Aubameyang himself has a wonderful record for the Gabonese national team. You're looking at a player that has had 71 caps and he has scored 29 goals. So it looks like a goal in every 2 matches, which is not a bad record. They also have another striker you can also look at that plays for Saint Etienne, that goes by the name Denis Bonoga. I think he has been consistent for them. If you look at the current team, he's their second highest goal scorer in the current Gabonese team. But they've not had the best of record as long as AFCON is concerned. I think this is actually their 4th AFCON. We've had several issues where they've withdrawn from the AFCON due to lack of funds and issues relating with themselves and CAF. But this is a tournament I want to believe that they are all looking forward to. Gabonese are looking forward to actually getting something. But like I said earlier, they don't stand a chance in this group. I don't see them standing a chance. Maybe they can win Comoros Island. It's understandable. But against Ghana and Morocco, I don't think they have all it takes to actually get 3 points against those teams. Then going back to Aubameyang, I have been a fan of him since his days in AC Milan, even though he never had a cap in AC Milan. He went to Dortmund, scored a lot of goals, came to Arsenal. His first 2-3 seasons there about he was their top scorer until issues came up about indiscipline and stuff like that. He couldn't get game time. I think 2 days ago, a video emerged of him partying in Dubai alongside some of his teammates. Then later we found out that he has a COVID-19 related issue. Most of our senior African players, when they get towards the twilight of their career, I don't know if I'll say they start misbehaving or because they are not at that same level. Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
They are not at that same level when they are from 30 upward. I think it's not just African team. It also happens to a lot of South Americans. It's only the Europeans you can see that 33, they are still playing discipline, 34. But most of our African players, whenever they get to that certain age tells them performances, you're not doing well and everything. But I want to believe the Gabonese team, they will just try and put up a fight. But I don't see them leaving. I don't see them qualifying from that group because you have teams that they might feel or that a lot of us know and that looks to be way better than them. That's the Morocco and also the Ghanaian national team. But like I said, against Comoros Island, I want to believe Gabon will win that match. But when it comes to Morocco and Ghana, if they get 1 point in those 2 matches, I think they've done well.
Okay, I just want to point out that Comoros Island are not they are not minnows. They've held the likes of Egypt, the likes of Ghana, and even the likes of Morocco to their balls. To be frank, they are not minnows. This is their first AFCON tournament, but we shouldn't really take them for granted. I think they've beaten in the qualifiers. They've beaten either one of the Ghanaian side or the Moroccan side. So I think we should not really rule them out in getting something. So, John, how do you see this Comoros team going to this tournament? Do you give them any chance of at least springing up
Well,
one or two surprises?
going forward, I'll
Hello, John. Okay, Roland, please, can you answer that question, please, quickly?
Well, for me, I think they are minnows. Most of their players play. You can find them in third division of French League One, third, second division of French League One. Of course, they have one or two players that plays in Europe. Maybe you look at a certain player that plays for Omonia Nicosia in
Yes.
Cyprus. That is the highest they can actually give when it comes to AFCON. They're actually
But,
making
but,
their debut.
but,
This is the first.
but it is not all about where they play. How yes, where they play matters more. But um, how about the organization as a team? How about they might not possess such strength like the Nigerian Super Eagles team or the Egyptian team or even the Moroccan team or Ghanaian team. But how about them being a well-drilled side this tournament, a well-drilled side that wouldn't just give up, but let things let's go till the dead end of the tournament. So can we say that that with that attitude that they have, um, it gives them a small chance of springing up a surprise? Back to you, John, please. Hello, can you hear
well,
me?
what I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, please, John.
All right. Definitely, I would say yes. The fact that they don't have big players should tell a lot. Though you are trying to downplay that effect, but it does. The only reason why tournaments sell is because of the big players.
I
Take
can
out
understand.
Sa-
We
take
all
out
can
Salah,
understand.
take
We
out
all can
Salah and
understand.
take out Mane from this Nations Cup, and it becomes an entirely different tournament. So my point is this: we need teams need their big players to come to the party. The only reason, trust me, there's an impression that tells when you are coming to play against a team and Ronaldo is facing you. Is already a psychological advantage for you and a psychological disadvantage to the opponents because that is a superstar on his own. So if the Comoros team now they are coming to play you and everybody is practically local based, African based, trust me, these are people who worship the opponents on TV. They'll be looking at the Moroccan team, and even the DH
But
was there now,
also,
and
but, but also, but also,
you see a player.
this give
Mm,
them a chance. This give them a chance. Yes, they might have idols of those big
mm.
players on TV. They might be worshiping those big players on TV. But also, it doesn't mean that they should be overlooked. It doesn't mean that they should be taken for granted. It also doesn't mean that they are not coming with their own A game into the tournament, basically based
Ah,
on their strengths, based on their weakness as well. It
is it the
also
same A
means
game
that
that
they have
is?
a chance of doing something. I don't know how we see it, all of us.
Well, I don't see it any other way. This is the same thing that San Marino will keep telling themselves every time they come to play England. Yet the least they always get is 8. Trust me, there is a difference between class, class and having little players. I remember a particular time that an MPFL team was asked to play Barcelona team just for the purpose of just exhibition. And when they
Yeah.
asked an NPFL defender at the end of the match, he said, "I just didn't know how Messi was running past me. They were just running, running, running. The level of fitness, the level of play, everything is different." So when you
Oh,
do not expect a
oh,
player who is seriously, I don't. You don't expect a player
hold
who
on.
is
Are
who
you
is
telling me
who is
that?
playing.
Are you telling me that
Listen,
those guys on Comoros Island don't have the level of fitness that
trust me,
the
the
other
difference will
guys have?
tell. The difference will tell. As I said yesterday, what you have is maybe in the very first 5 minutes, you see them hitting everybody, committing so many fouls, just trying to break the rhythm of the opposition. But after like 20 minutes, the team has settled into the game. What you will see will baffle you. There was a time that Spain will play football, and just after 10 minutes, everybody will get tired of the match. because they will tell you the opposition are practically doing nothing. They're just running about the field. That is how football is. When you see class will definitely always go over power. So what they will bring to the tournament is just the power. We are strong. We can do. Let's bully them and the rest. Trust me, when it gets to the nitty-gritty, I'll be surprised if they even get more than a goal in the entire tournament. That is my own prediction. That Comoros Island as a team might not get more than a goal in the entire tournament.
Okay. If I'm to come in, when you look at their qualification for in the group, I think they had 9 points behind just behind Egypt. I think their biggest result, like Mr. Philip was saying, was getting a goalless draw. Was getting a goalless draw against Egypt when they both team member when they met in Cairo. They packed 4 goals, like Egypt beat them by 4-0. Then you can also look at them in terms of qualification for the AFCON. They went away to Togo, I think, to actually get all 3 points. And that's I'm talking about Comoros Islands. And then also when they played against Kenya, they also won Kenya. So Kenya finished second in that group, while a dead Togo finished last. So Kenya finished third, while a dead Togo finished bottom with just 2 points in that their AFCON qualifying group G, while Egypt were able to get 12 points from that qualification. Of course, we've said this thing. Big team na big team. A-list na A-list. There's no too many ways about it. There's no too many ways about it. We can't deny the fact that when you come up against such team with high quality, high standard of play, that this is what you get. This is what when they come up against Morocco. Shebi, we did together now.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. We'll see how all these matches will pan out.
I'm the only one appearing here. You guys have left me. Okay.
We have not left you.
Okay. But that's just how I feel this thing will happen. We'll always see big boys, and I want to believe they will perform when they get against these other smaller teams. They'll show them that we are not on the same pedigree. And I think Morocco and Ghana will be no exception when they come against Comoros Island and Gabon. Just maybe I might just have a change of opinion as regards Comoros Island when they come against Gabon. I'll just say, okay, it's open for any of them to actually.
I think that match might be either side will need to win that match to at least have a chance to qualify for the group
as the rest runners up.
They should have a chance to qualify. Either team should be able to win that match.
They should.
Okay, they should be able to win that match. Okay, we are going. I think we still have about 15 more minutes.
Sorry, but it seems like I'll be running because I have one small meeting somewhere.
Yes. No problem. We will let you run very soon, but we still have let's go to the prediction segment now quickly. Cameroon versus Ghana. Roland, please.
Morocco versus Ghana.
Morocco versus Ghana scoreline.
I'll just go for a score draw.
A score draw.
Yeah.
A score draw can be 10-10. A score draw can be 2-2.
Yes, they will score whether 2-2, 1-1, but I'll go for a score draw.
Okay. How about Comoros, Gabon, Comoros?
Gabon to actually win them by 2-1.
Okay. How about you, John? Morocco, Ghana.
I'll go for a narrow Ghana win. Maybe 1-0.
Okay. Gabon, Comoros. How about that?
Same thing. 1-0 to Gabon.
Okay. In other news, quickly before we have Roland zooming out of the stream. In other news, Mohamed Salah gave a typical warning to the Nigerian Super Eagles that he's not here to come sit and watch other teams win the tournament. That him and his fellow Egyptian teammates are here to win the tournament. Do we see that? I won't call it a threat, but do we see that as we all saw his performance in the last Nations Cup, but from that Nations Cup in 2019, which they hosted, till this time around, we've seen Salah grow from a good player to an extraordinary player. I think one of the best players currently on planet Earth. Do we really think that he can carry this Egyptian team all the way to the final?
Well, for me, I believe there will always be mind games. This is not the first time we'll see players saying, "I'm coming to a tournament and I'm going to destroy every defender. I'm going to score a lot of goals." And at the end of the day, you just play the tournament, and most times what you expect, it doesn't happen.
Not what you
A
see.
three can, yeah, a three cannot make it forest. But the Egyptian team is good. I think most of them are based in Egypt, in Alali, Zamalek, and what have you. But you see Salah playing for Liverpool. Then you see the other guy, Elneny, playing for Arsenal. I think Mohamed Salah is their biggest player, no doubt about that. Their star man, their captain. Against the Super Eagles team, I want to believe the Super Eagles are also prepared. We are not scared of them. Austin Eguava actually had an interview yesterday in Cameroon. I've not listened to it. I was supposed to listen to it, but I've not listened to it. But I want to believe the Super Eagles is well prepared. Just like Salah feels Egypt are prepared, you also have a Super Eagles that they feel they're also prepared.
That's
You have Ghana that is ready for it. You have Morocco, you have Algeria, you have Cote d'Ivoire, you have even the host country, Cameroon. Big shot, those big shots, Tunisia, they're also going there to win this tournament. Nobody's going there to play. Even the Minos, okay, the Minos also, they're also going there to they want to prove a point. But at the end of the day, it is who is best prepared, who is good technically and tactically that we should be able to win this AFCON. But for me, like I've always said, and I'll keep saying, you can say I'm a biased or whatever, but I feel the Super Eagles will make Nigeria proud. This is not the best of preparation, but I'm rooting for my darling Super Eagles. And I believe on Tuesday against Egypt, we are going to get all 3 points. We'll walk over the Pharaohs of Egypt. We'll fly over the Pharaohs of Egypt when we meet with them, our first opening game on Tuesday.
Okay, I'll come back to you, John. Hamza is back. Hamza, please, can you hear us, please?
Yes, I can. Yes. Sorry.
Okay, your prediction for this match, please. For the matches, please.
Uh,
Morocco, Ghana, please.
Morocco, Ghana. I'll be saying a 1-0 in favor of. Can I say any of the team?
You can say any of the team now. Let's see that.
No, I can say I want to say 1-0 in favor of either Ghana or Morocco.
After you've never had a good prediction. You've never had a good prediction ever since I know you. You've never had a good prediction ever since I know you.
Okay. Let me say 1-0 in favor of Morocco.
You've never had a good prediction. I hope you get this one right in favor of Morocco. How about Comoros Gabon, please? Your prediction against Comoros Gabon.
Comoros Gabon is a goalless draw.
A goalless draw.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking at the reason being that Aubameyang and Lemina are absent with COVID. So I don't see a goal in that match. So it's going to be a goalless draw. That I'm a little bit sure of.
Okay. I will stick to that. I kind of want to tell our viewers and those that will be viewing this video subsequently that they should kindly subscribe to our channel. It's very, very important. Help us grow this channel. We are counting on you, on our viewers online on YouTube to kindly help us grow this channel. And hopefully we'll see how far we go. We'll bring you more shows. Possibly we'll be right here to cover the AFCON. We'll give you live match updates and we'll give you reactions after the show as well. Maybe we'll have one or two of our analysts coming in to talk about each match at the end of the show. I think I will have to look at how we'll do that. But we will have live update, 90 minutes update of the AFCON on this channel, hopefully, starting from Sunday, the 9th of January 2022. So, John, coming back to you, I think I gave you. We talked about. We're talking about Egypt. Mo Salah's warning to the Super Eagles. So, what's your take about it?
Well, definitely, this is what actually hypes matches. Now, I'm surprised that maybe it's because we don't have most of our own big players around. Normally, we expect that the Super Eagles should also be having a lot of comments as such too. It is this banter that hypes games. This is what actually makes games make money that they make. It's not because a game is coming up, you are the best player of the rest. It's what you say. that leads anticipation into matches. I believe that Salah is just playing to the gallery. For heaven's sake, they had the last AFCON right in their home soil, and we saw what happened. It wasn't a spectacular tournament, even for Salah himself. So I
And
wouldn't be expecting this.
they were knocked out by South Africa. That
Yes, by South
yeah,
Africa, that Nigeria later knocked out. That Nigeria
eh?
actually now took out to the
Knocked
next
out
round. So
exactly.
it's not,
So
yes. So it's not really about what Salah feels as a person. It's about him trying to build up the momentum. And I think that's what is needed for the match. But based on the match itself, I would say I'm expecting the Eagles to do well, though I can't be so sure. We've not had a glimpse of what the new coach can do or what he can do. We don't have a glimpse of
no,
how
I
his
think
style is.
the new coach doesn't
Mm.
have. Partly, he doesn't have his say on. Are you talking about the Guavon or
No, I'm talking about the Portuguese.
No, partly he doesn't have a say in this tournament. Partly, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think
Okay.
he has
Okay.
to,
So
he's aside. He has to be aside to observe as an observer as well. Partly, he doesn't have.
so my point
Any this
so
tournament.
my point is if the Eagles can play to their strength, if they can play to their strength, I believe they can do what they are supposed to do. But it all depends on which of the Super Eagles turns up. If these Eagles we know that can turn up on a good day comes up, definitely it will be a very, very good showpiece for the tournament. But if the Eagles that we saw in some games during the World Cup qualifier turns up, my dear, it will be Mo Salah against Trustekong, and we will likely see what we saw when Liverpool played
Watford.
Watford, where Ekong ended up on his butt more than once in the match. But if everybody comes up and play for heaven's sake, as good as Salah is, I believe we have the best defensive midfielder in entire Europe in Didi, also in our team. So it's all about what plays out on that day. But
Do
I
we
believe
really
that
have?
it should not
I
be a
don't really
stream
want the
roll.
show. I don't want the show to be about Super Eagles because we have a special package, a 2 hours package for Super Eagles.
Yes, but we have to talk about the Super Eagles. If Salah is saying he's going to stream roll us, we have to talk about ourselves.
What's your
We
take?
can't help it.
What's your take with regards to Salah's one in Hamza? What's your take with regards to Salah's one?
You see, the biggest mistake I think we'll be making is concentrating on Salah for that game against Egypt. I think that will be the biggest mistake we'll be making. History has had it that Salah doesn't actually perform as
Pharaohs,
expected
yes.
in African soil, but not taking out the fact that he is presently in the best form of his life at this
But
moment.
don't you think he's going to break? He's going to break that jinx this time around.
That's what I'm saying. That even if looking at the present form he is right now, he can say anything he wants to say. I think that should just be a tactics to deflect the Nigerian players from every other players in the team and concentrating on him. Which, if we do that, it is going to haunt us dearly. So I would say that things comments like this are usually being ignored if you want to face the match squarely. Thinking about Salah alone is going to affect us sincerely because Egypt, just like every other North African countries,
Yes.
teams are usually very, very good as a team. So I wouldn't expect us to concentrate on Salah. So I would say that if we can make everything possible to control the game, especially in the midfield, and we not losing any of the chances we have that day, everything should be good to go.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. We should be able to control that game. I think for me, with regards to Salah, I think I'll just throw the lines of all what you guys have said. We should disregard him. I think he can be the best player in Liverpool. He can be the best player in the world. He can score. He can be scoring goal week in week out. But this is Africa, and we all know what happens when it comes to African football. The environment, the climate, the way, the style of play, the jambodies as well are all there when it comes to Africa. So I just think that he has his work cut out. To be frank, he has his work cut out, and going to this tournament, he will know that. African football is more or less different than what he sees in the Liverpool or another thing. Okay, final take, please. John, final take, please, with regards to
All right. For Group
the
C, as I said
AFCON.
earlier, I'll be expecting,
Yeah.
for me,
Go ahead, please, John.
okay. All right. For me, as expecting for Group C, I'll be expecting Ghana to come tops. I'm expecting Morocco to come second, as I said earlier. Gabon should come third, and Comoros should likely be the whipping boys of the group. I said earlier, I'll be more than surprised if I see Comoros score more than one goal the entire tournament. That aside, everything should go well for Group C.
Have you
Okay.
checked Comoros' record in the qualifications to the Nations Cup?
That is Comoros playing in front of their fans. You can't. There's a difference between playing in front of your fans. Maybe you are playing in a very small pitch with so much fans that they're able to create an awesome environment. This is the same thing we used to say when they talk about the Champions League, bringing in some small teams to play. What do you get see when you now see when they go to big stadiums? You see them being
But don't forget that
That's what I expect.
the Moldovan side, Sheriff, went to Senegal Banover to beat Real Madrid. Not in the
The
front
same
of their fans,
Comoros
right?
want
And
to
what
go
happened?
away.
What happened when
The
Real Madrid
same
went
to
back?
It's
the
part of
same Comoros want to go away on their road to the Nations Cup.
Don't worry,
This is
you see
kind
what
of
I'm telling you. I'll
and
be more than surprised if they score more than a
the
goal.
greatest mistake anyone will be doing in that group is
It's
thinking
underrating
Comoros
Comoros.
is yes, sincerely. I'm
This
not
was the
saying they are
same
going
thing
to
that
do
happened with
anything exceptional.
Madagascar. This was what
they are
happened with
not with
Madagascar in the last Nations
yes,
Cup. And
it can
since
still
that
happen.
Nations Cup, we are still looking for the Madagascar national team.
I'm
They
not
will come back.
saying we
They will
should
come back. It's part
expect
of it.
anything from them, but I won't be surprised if they give us a performance to talk about. Sincerely,
True. I
I'm
Yeah,
not
concur with
taking
that.
it away from them
I
because
just think that for me it's all about performance. Let's put aside the goal. Put more as a team
The result.
going to going to the Nations Cup for the very first time. You have nothing to lose. Let's put that. You have nothing to lose. You have no pressure on you. Nobody's expecting you to win the tournament. Nobody's expecting you to even reach the round of 16. Not talk about just
exactly what
John is not
I've been
expecting you to
saying.
score more than a
so
goal.
just go as a debutant.
As a
Enjoy the
debutant,
Nations Cup. Come
even
with your
as a
A game.
sightseer, just
Exactly.
for just for fun, then you realize
Yeah.
that you might be out of the group stage and in the round of 16, and you'll be wondering what's happening.
How did it happen?
Yes. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Hamza, your final take, please.
Okay, just like I said, I don't see Gabon doing anything in this group as it stands, with all the controversies surrounding them, with the rumors or no rumor, no matter how true it is. At the same time, with Aubameyang's COVID and Mario Lemina. So I'll be expecting, if everything goes equal, Ghana and Morocco should choose who to come first and second. Not forgetting Comoros.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. It's nice to be here with you, especially Hamza. I told OC yesterday that I will bring you to the show, and hopefully I think I got you today on the show. And I just hope that next week I'll have you in one of our reaction segments. I don't know. I
By
think
God's grace.
the reaction segment will come after the entire match, and that should be deep towards the night. I don't know how I can borrow you from your wife towards that time in one of the
You're
reaction
not
segments.
actually my wife. You have to think of my work. So if you can borrow me from my work, then you are free anytime.
No problem. I'll borrow it from your work. So I'll borrow it
All
from
right.
your work. Don't worry. So
Thank you very much for having me.
okay. Thank you also, John, for being part of the show. I think John is one of one of our
Thank you.
co-hosts of this show. Going to maybe one of these days he's going to host one of the shows.
Thank you.
After to our viewers, after the Nations Cup, we'll continue with our live shows. I think we'll look at more of European football after the also the NPFL. Hamza, you know the history of the NPFL as well.
Yes,
um,
not talking about what happened. Sorry, can I talk about the Dakada assistant referee assistant coach that slapped the fourth official? Well, let's leave that till later time.
No problem. We'll talk about that going forward. Thank you so much, guys. I will
All right.
see you
Thank you.
next time on Football Nugget. Thank you to our able viewers and subscribers as well. We'll see more. Adios,
All right.
the Latin Americans say. We'll talk later. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, kindly subscribe to our channel, and I just hope that once you subscribe, you will help us to build a nice community. Thank you. I'll see you next time.